Today we're looking at a 1989 Panasonic PICS frame, although this is a rather special frame. It's got a lot of kind of quirky things about it here, and I'm going to point them out to you as we go. But for starters, if we look at the name on the top tube here, Phileppe Lauraire. Pardon my French, I am not French, and you're probably laughing and realizing that, but if you do a little search on cycling history back in the 80s, that particular name will come up. He was a domestique and had ridden with some more famous riders, but the curious thing is that I cannot find any link to that particular cyclist and Panasonic. So it's a bit of a mystery at this point. I'm reaching out to some of his ex-teammates or just people that I can get in touch with just to see if I can get any sort of confirmation or any sort of history on this particular bike. But it is unique in that it is a PICS frame. It's not a PR 6000. I've got one of those hanging around right up here, and you can see it's got this special little tab, you know, for hanging the race number on and everything else. But it does share the same rear triangle geometry here. If you look at this one, and then we look at the PR 6000 here, it's the same deal there, versus if I look over here on a standard 89 PICS frame, you can see the rear stays are quite different. That's the more conventional stays that we're used to. So this bike is rather interesting. It also has the internally routed cables, which my other 89 PICS frame does have, but the PR does not. So there's a couple things going on. One very unique thing that I've never seen on any other Panasonic is this. We have internally routed shift cables. So it goes right off the Dura shifters, right into that. Pardon me, the bike is still dirty, but I will show you. It comes up right behind there and goes right to the front derailleur. The other one passes through and pops out very discreetly right there. So that's kind of unique. Also, as you can tell, the down tube decal here. Now that's traditional, that's the 1989 style that we would see. And if I were to show you the decal on my other one here, you can see same style. But this bike also has a whole bunch of added decals. Like these have been put on. This has been added. All of this has been added later. Versus on the PR, you can see they're all nicely printed. It's not just a sticker on there. So it's kind of a strange deal again. So obviously somebody wanted this to be visible as a Panasonic. I mean, even down to the fork here, on the fronts of the fork blades, they've even got Panasonic decals there as well. And on the rear stays, we also have Shimano right there. And on the top tube in white on this side, and then if I flip this around, it's actually in black right there. So yeah, this is a weird bike. Does have some custom bars and stem that you wouldn't normally see on a Panasonic. It also has a strong light headset, which is kind of unique. I haven't seen that before, at least on a PICS bike. Really strangely, actually has a PICS decal rather than a Panasonic decal on the front of the head tube. I have not seen that before. Elsewhere on the bike, if we move around here, and I apologize for the shaky cam, but you can see the detailing that was done on the backs of the fork crown, on the inside there, and then also here on the brake stay. It's got some, looks like hand painting done there. Now I don't know if that was done the time they did the frame or if someone had added that later. It's entirely possible. Another very strange thing is the PICS decal is on the rear of the seat tube on this bike. You can see that. Rather than normally it's just right on the front right here. So it's a very strange bicycle, and I'm just kind of taking some video here and put it out there in hopes that maybe someone out there will have seen something like this or may know some history more so than I do, or better yet, knows how to get in touch with that guy. So If you have any input, like I said, it looks like it could have been a potential. I don't know if it was like a bike that he raced, but maybe a training bike or something. If in fact it was, that particular rider and not just a French guy with the same name. So, if anybody knows anything, drop us a line in the comments. Thanks.